as a lawyer, as a business person, as an entrepreneur, and it was very hard to like differentiate all that because I was doing the production, I was doing the sales, I was doing everything all by myself. And so the stress level was always kind of high, and I thought that was how lawyers are supposed to be. They don't teach you any of the business aspects in law school. They teach you how to be a lawyer. You have to learn how to be an entrepreneur all by yourself. And in the beginning, I thought I could do it all, but as you grow a little bit and as you practice becomes a little bigger, it just becomes so hard because no one teaches you about employment issues and financial issues and the mindset. So I started my own practice in 2002, I believe. I was fairly young, and I never had a business plan. I didn't know what a business plan was. Even last year, during our boot camp, I was supposed to do a business plan, but I had such a blockage. It took me so long to just even get to like a couple pages because I just didn't know where to start, didn't know how to do it. And then I eventually finished it, and this year I went to advanced business plan, and I kind of got it. I understand it, and I understand the importance of it, and I understand why goal setting is so important. And I'm looking forward to doing it on a very regular basis. So when I see younger attorneys or younger entrepreneurs, I always tell them, you gotta have a business plan. You have to have goals written down so that later on you can look at it and see, well, how far you've come. I signed up in the summer of 2020, and I really liked the boot camp because I went to basic training 30 years ago, U.S. Army, and it kind of reminded me of like a boot camp. And it was very interesting because on Saturdays, I remember I was doing homework, and normally on Saturdays, I never really worked on my business. So it was very refreshing, and some of the new concepts that I was learning was very good. It was very accountable, and I was actually learning and doing something for my practice, which I really enjoy. As a lawyer, I think you're always stressed out, always think about your cases, and you could be negative. Your mindset's negative a lot of times because of the stress and the fear of the unknown and so forth. And that's not very conducive to running a business. So that's why a lot of attorneys are stressed, and they find other ways to relieve their stress, such as chemical dependency or whatnot. And I could see that happening, not in my lives or some, but other people's lives, and that had a lot to do with mindset, I think. So mindset was one of the reasons why I joined HTM, and I'm still learning. People are very open about their business. People always talk about numbers and their issues. I guess those are number two things that a lot of attorneys don't talk to other attorneys about. But HTM bubble has very openness about talking about issues, and it's very supportive and encouraging as well. It's a no-brainer. You should sign up. If you're kind of concerned afterwards, and I know everybody's concerned because of the price, but sometimes you got to do things without thinking about it, and it'll take care of itself. And you have to have faith in that. You have to have faith that even if you can't afford whatever the price may be, just sign up, and then you'll work for it, and you'll work harder, and you make it happen. Don't think too much. Don't overanalyze. I think I'm more confident in my business. I'm more confident that there are better days ahead, that even if it may be hard, that I have other people that I could talk to, especially like my CEO and my CFO, that even though I may take them for granted sometimes, I think that helps that, they'll be there listening to my problems when I talk to them about it. I know it's not going to be easy. I mean, that's one thing that you definitely learn, that growth requires patience and pain and time. So that's what I learned, and I'm actually ready for that.